I pinch myself every single day when I come to the building because I can't believe that this is what I get to call my work.
Yeah. Amazing. And tracking back a little bit to your kind of journey as a homeschool mom, something that kind of jumps out at me is, you said you were able to focus on individual passions and pursuits with your children that way and bring in, real subject matter experts. And it kind of strikes me that that's leveraging just sort of the modernization of how to approach education, right? I feel like in public school system or in the government school system, it's really very antiquated. This is the curriculum. These are the textbooks. Go do that. Whereas, we have the internet, we have AI, we have access to subject matter experts all over the world. We have the ability to have all of this information, all of these people. So why not leverage it, right? It's a different time now.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And I know, Drew, you're familiar with our terminology of what we do at Wonderstorm, but we offer quests, which is where kids get to try on different things and get to figure out, maybe I'm interested in guitar, maybe I'm interested in building airplanes, rockets, whatever it is that they're interested in. They get to try these things on. One of the very favorite, and we poll the heroes consistently, and one of their very favorite quests is when we do passion projects. And passion projects are where they get to truly just look inside and ask themselves, what would I love to dive into? And we build a path for them around that. I love that you brought that up, because it truly is the favorite of all of the heroes, and they request it every year. Please tell me passion projects are next year.
Can you share some examples of what those have been?
Sure. So we've had photography, we have had coding, we've had animation, we have had many different types of art, painting, drawing, and some get very, very specific. We had 2 girls who wanted to become expert flower drawers. And so they would go out and do little nature walks, and they would find flowers, and then they would come back and sketch real life drawings. And then they would also take courses and learn how to do different shading techniques and things, but they really get into it when they feel like it's something that came from them versus a list of courses that they can select from.
So how do you do that? How do you support that journey? So I'm a little girl, I want to be really good at drawing flowers. How do I get there?
Yeah, that's a great question. So it all starts with our Socratic method and asking them questions. That's amazing. You're curious about drawing flowers. What excites you about flowers? What are some of your favorite flowers that you would want to learn how to draw? How do you think you would learn how to draw something like that? And start just taking them down the path of getting curious about, because remember, our priority is to empower them to learn the skill to teach themselves anything they want to learn. So if we ask them great questions and get them to come to the solution on their own, then who's actually building the pathway for them? Is it us or is it them? Really, the answer is it's a partnership, but the child feels like they built that course for themselves.
Yeah. Amazing.
I'll share a quick story, because sometimes the children never see it. I'm pretty good with my poker face, but sometimes they'll pick a passion project that will terrify me, because I can't see the light at the end of the tunnel. Okay. So we had one of our heroes who was dead set that she wanted to do cosmetology. She wanted to learn how to cut hair. And I'm thinking like, I don't know if I can do this. I'm not sure if we can do this. Just following our philosophy with asking great questions, we ended up together building a really awesome opportunity for her.